And let's just dive in. Speaking of which, speaking of an amazing soul, so we have a special guest here today. I remember like yesterday how we met and her commitment as well to make it happen, especially after relocating to a new country. And now you have a child as well. And there are lots of uncertainties. And now you have a goal, but it's a different field, it's a different domain. And it seems like you don't have the background. And it seems like all companies are looking for experience and you don't have that. And it seems like you're not a computer. Like there are lots of problems maybe along the way, but she crushed it all along the way. And now I think she's enjoying her career. So Yola, it's great to have you. Welcome. How are you? How was everything?
Thank you, Amin. Thank you for inviting me. It was like less than 2 months ago that I would have not thought that I'd be here and speaking about my experience. But first of all, I want to say that I'm very thankful and grateful for this group, for the team. It has been a very big place of comfort when in times of big doubts, as you mentioned, especially professionally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
To whoever asks me, I say that there is a quote that has stuck with me from this group. It's like, don't bring the drama, bring the data. So I have always worked with this in mind, and I'll continue with this as well.
Well done. So Yola, obviously, like I really want to learn a lot about how you feel and what's happening right now, but maybe like taking a step back. Where were you a couple of months back? Like, what was the situation? Why did you decide to join? And like, can you please tell a bit of a background?
So before moving to UK, I was working as a lecturer in the university in the marketing and public relations area. Okay. Once I moved here with the suggestion of a very dear friend, I joined this group, which I thank her very much. Mm-hmm. And after joining this group and having the conversations, then with your suggestion, we decided that GRC area was the area that I would be looking, and it was a very good opportunity for me to upgrade my career. Mm-hmm. As I said, I had a lot of doubts along the way, but I still cannot believe that it happened.
Even after happening, right?
Emin and Matthew can explain it, because we have had like a lot of discussions and about my insecurities and the job application process here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what I have understood and what I can share is the fact that even though I received the job offer, I think that it did not come because of, someone's intelligence or being smart. It comes because of the persistence, and you actively are working onto something to reach something. For example, I can say that after doing my first interview, I was asked about ISO 27001, which is part of the GRC area. Mm-hmm. And then I was totally focused on it. Like I have spent, I would say, hundreds of hours literally working on ISO 27000. Wow. I know it by heart. I have taken a lot of courses on how we can implement it and so on. But when I entered to the interview that I received the job, I wasn't asked a single question about ISO 27001. Okay. And we are not working on ISO 27001. We work with the NIST framework. So this brings me to the conclusion that it's not because of, as I said, the intelligence or whatsoever. It's because of the hard work and the persistence. Like you have to complete something to reach to a point, and each of us has different time frames regarding the obligations that we have and our part-time, full-time jobs and all the other circumstances. So if you are doing your best at your given time, then it will eventually come. That 100%. That is something that I have learned. And to share like the interview process that I had.
Yes, please share. Like what happened, interviews and the result, like what are you doing right now?
Yeah, like I received the interview request, and actually when I had applied through an agency, mm-hmm. that I found online. And the recruiters do not give like details about the company or anything. And I saw the requirements and they were like very, very high. I understood it was a senior position. It was not for me. But what I had done up to now, it was that I have joined all the interviews that I could. And then after each interview, I would like, write the strengths that I had during the interview, the weak points, the questions that I was asked, how can I perform better the next time? And then I'll double check with the videos on the modules that we have. When I joined this interview, I knew the position was not for me. And then the manager, who today is one of the big directors at the company I'm working, smiled at me and asked, "Do you know why you are here? Have you seen the job description?" And I said, "Yes, I've seen. I wanted to try." And he said that we have had a lot of interviews up to now, and we have already filled the role. It's a senior position role. But once I saw your interview, then it came into my mind that we actually need to fill another role, which is not a senior position, but it's a general one, GRC analyst. So I thought I would interview you, and then if you are the right person, then it would be easier for us to not undergo the whole process of recruiting. Wow. And I said that I value the fact that you joined the interview, even though you knew that the requirements were like a bit higher than your background and everything. And during the interview, I was not asked a single question, as I said, about ISO that I had learned for hours. They were like general questions. What is your biggest achievement? And another question that I have encountered in all the interviews is, what do you think are the challenges that the company that is interviewing me is facing in terms of security? These are the two questions that I've encountered everywhere. And then he asked about my background and then asked about the Security Plus exam, but it's something that I brought up. That's why he asked. On the second interview, I was asked just a general question: who owns the risk? And I started giving my opinions, and then they were giving hints. So it was like a puzzle that was created. The final answer, it was that the business owns the risk. And they said that we are asking this question because we wanted to know your general understanding on the GRC area and the cybersecurity in general. Not that we are, looking about your technical skills, because this is something that we are going to teach you here, which Edwin had mentioned a lot, but to be honest, I had not believed once. Before
no one believes until it happens. No one believes.
I encountered in my interview. And after that, it was like pretty straightforward, pretty easy, not a single question. Actually, on the second interview that they decided to be my final interview, even though there were like 4 or 5 steps, they told me that actually we are not looking for senior positions, generally speaking. I'm not talking about the directors, but for the general employees, because they said that generally what is the logic that the companies are using nowadays is the fact that they want employees to be loyal to the company. And if I train you and I receive you in a junior position, that you would be a more stable employee, and it wouldn't be easy for you to switch jobs, let's say, every 6 months.
Love that.
So the company can invest in you, let's say, for at least 2 to 3 years, and then it would not hinder the process of, as I said, the recruitment and everything.
Jola, let me just tell you, there are like so many different unique distinctions that we are hearing from you. And obviously, I remember our discussions, email exchanges, and yes, this process filled with uncertainties, insecurities. Oh my God, will this work for me? It seems like it's not working. Is it working? No, I don't think so. Oh my God, interview? No, I got rejected again. Let me just apply. Oh my God, it didn't work. There's always this battle, but like you overcame all of it. So that's why, for example, like studying for something creates the energy of, yes, I want this, but they don't even ask it. Even if they didn't ask it, you are ready. So that's like, for example, ISO 27001 and all that. And it seems like it's working for you. And I think that's a hybrid job right now. A couple of days in the office, a couple of days from home as well.
2 days in the office and 3 days from home. We are like very friendly and have welcomed all my requests, special requests. So they have helped me in all the conditions, and I'm very thankful for this fact as well. To be honest, this is something that I had not expected, even the company and everything. I even remember when I used to apply through LinkedIn. and I read the metrics that it was like 100 people applied for this job. And I always kept asking myself, will it ever come to me, the opportunity?
Yeah, lots of other people, like, why should they hire me anyway? Like,
because there will always be someone who is better in something, visa status or whatsoever. But it eventually came, as I said, maybe because of the persistence and because you really want something and actively
yes,
you are seeking
I
it.
think that's like a really key distinction, Yola, and I love that. And like, because when you want something specifically, the clearer it gets, okay, you're subconsciously attracting what you want. Many times this is why people fail, because they don't know what they want. And it's so easy to choose. This is what I want. I want to work from home, maybe like 2 days in the office, 3 days home. I want to make this much money, and I want to do this. I want to work in finance. I guess that's finance, right? That's banking industry.
Investment banking,
Investment banking. So when you set the direction, it's just like given. Ask and it is given. People don't ask. I mean, it's available to everyone, but people are so afraid to ask. So there's lots of obviously mindset things to work with, but Yola, like lots of celebrations. So like as a final question, maybe, because I don't want to take much of your time, where do you see yourself like in the next 5 years? What's the next step now that you have accomplished this? What is about to happen?
At the moment, to be honest, I feel like I'm learning to swim in the sea.
Okay, that's good.
Part, but I have not had the time to think in the long run. But before joining the company, what I thought was always to be able to have that 5 year of experience to receive the certification of CISSP and everything else. I would also love to work as a freelancer.
Of that? Okay, that's great.
That I have learned here.
Exactly.
So, yeah, basically, this is at the moment, to be honest, I'm just trying to enjoy the opportunity that is given to me. And after that, I don't know.
Okay, let's see what happens next.
But
so obviously it's a settling. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Just I wanted to share that if anyone is interested in the GRC area, they can reach out to me. I'm like, more than happy to help if you have any questions or anything. Even though, as I said in the interview, I was not asked any of the questions, but generally speaking, I'll do my best to help. And one of the things that now it comes to my mind, I have even discussed with a friend here, it was the fact that I hope to be in a position to be able to suggest other friends from this group. Yes. The ones that I have known and the ones that maybe you can suggest. I have known a lot of friends here through the different tasks that we had. I can mention Reed, for example. I have had long conversations with her because we were in the same group, the GRC area. And whatever opportunity comes to me, I would love, to share with you and to be able to help, to suggest and everything.
Love that. Thank you. And it's like giving back, that feeling is what makes this journey of yours and what makes you so special. Because you know what we discuss all the time, especially in the first couple of modules, A players do things differently. There's one approach and there's another approach. The first approach is A players, they want to give back, support others. It's just like, think about this. Oh my God, I want to like lose a lot of weight. Let's just say hypothetically, I'm overweight, I really want to get rid of it. Unfortunately, some people, when they accomplish that, they never look back because it reminds them pain. You see what I'm coming from? It reminds them the painful situation in the process. So that's why they never want to remember. They don't want to remember. But professionals with like high-level attitude and integrity, they want to support as many people as possible. And part of which why we do group sessions, so that we can kind of improve these relationships, so that Yola can find someone to kind of really hire and then really be, because you'll be managers and then you'll be on the lookout for authentic people. Okay. It's really hard to find individuals, professionals like you guys to really kind of, oh my God, I really want to do this. It's not just about money, it's about delivering value. So that's why I love to hear that. I love everything what I see, Yola. And it's just starting. Let me just tell you, there's 10, 20, 30, 40 years and lots of consultancy, freelancing. And I know that you are like, you really want to be free. You enjoy freedom. So that's why this freelancing sounds like a great idea. And I'm sure that you will crush that as well. And now that you completed the journey, by the way, Harun or Ina, let's just take Yola's address as well to send her our special success gift that we typically send to all our kind of graduates. And Yola, I mean, we would love to see you in the upcoming sessions as well. Whenever you have time, we have monthly catch-up sessions as well. Please make sure that you set aside the time, half an hour, 1 hour, because when you complete the program, my friends, it's not like we say goodbye to you. Every month we check in with you. We have continuous QA sessions and support sessions available just to make sure that you continue growing and progressing. I'm super proud of you, Yola. And yeah, let's just stay in touch. Thanks for joining in today.
Thank you, Amin, and thank you to the team, to Tassim, and to Ricardo, and everyone that made possible, to Matthew as well. Thank you very much.
No problem. You got this.